So in this short video, I want to give you an overview of how we look for stocks to buy. Looking for stocks to buy, I call mining for candidates. We can do that from our menu on the left, and we have a number of different options here. Let's take a look at the long positions first of all, which are cup with handle, double bottom, head and shoulder bottom, high tight flag, squeeze play, and there's also an option to actually look for cup with handle charts according to our own specifications, but I'm not going to get into that now. Let's look at the cup with handle list. I've got filters on. I don't want my filters on right now. Let's take them off. Okay, so without filters, we'll get a list of all the stocks that are on our cup with handle list, and on any one particular day that can be quite extensive. You've got a symbol, you've got the company name, you've got the estimated earnings per share at the next reporting date, the industry group that they belong to, their rank, or the rank of that industry. In other words, semiconductor equipment and materials is ranked 51, and that's out of 215 industries. The RS rank is the relative strength rank. Technical strength is on a scale of 0 to 5, so this is obviously a technically strong stock. Fundamental strength is the same scale, so it's a little bit less strong on fundamentals, but we tend to value technical strength more than fundamental strength anyway. We have the last close, the breakout price, and the necessary breakout volume. That's the volume that it would need to reach to be 150% or 1.5 times the average daily volume. This column tells us whether it's optionable, and this column tells us whether it's in a squeeze, and I'll talk more about the squeeze in another video. Clicking on the symbol brings up a historical chart, and that shows the cup with handle pattern, the left cup, the base, the pivot, and here's the handle. We can see that this is actually quite a good cup with handle pattern. We've got a fairly steep drop after the pivot, and now it's starting to come up the right side of the handle, and so this looks like a good possibility for a breakout, but we need the price to rise up and exceed the pivot on 150 times average daily volume before we want to invest in a stock. Clicking on the name brings up, the company description brings up our Cantata evaluator for the stock. Let's see. There we go. So we've got our company description, some information, links, and we've got more detailed data about the technical position or situation of the stock and its fundamentals. I'll cover all that in another video. Each of these columns can be sorted, and the default is to sort by RS rank. I've found in the 12 years that I've been running this site that RS rank is the most important indicator for predicting the stocks that are going to perform well after they've broken out. Each of the tabs up here explains the methodology that we use in compiling the watch list. You've got some trading hints on when and how to trade each particular watch list stock, and the filter settings allow us to hone in on stocks that might meet our particular criteria. So at the moment I've turned off filters to be active on this watch list, but as an example, let's say that I only want to look at stocks with an RS rank that is greater than 90. So I can put 90 in there, and let's say I only want stocks that are optionable and are also in a squeeze, and as I said, I'll talk more about the squeeze later. So I can now say filters active on this watch list, click update and apply, and now it does a filter based on those settings, and there were no stocks that met our requirements. So let's take off the requirement that we need an RS rank greater than 90. We can run it again. Oh, still no stocks that met our criteria. Alright, well, let's ignore whether or not they're optional. Let's ignore whether or not they're in a squeeze, and let's go back to looking for stocks that are greater than 90. Update and apply. Now, why didn't we get any stocks here? Minimum estimated EPS. Well, let's put 0 in for that. Okay, there we go. So that's the watch list that met those criteria. Now, if we only wanted to receive alerts on stocks that met that criteria, we would look here at filters will be applied to email alerts. Currently that's set to no, so we would receive alerts on all stocks. But if I change that to yes, then I will only get alerts on stocks that meet these particular criteria. So I'll only get alerts on stocks with an RS rank greater than 90. So update and apply. One more thing I need to do is to look at my alert preferences, and I can see that I'm going to be sent alerts on short positions. I'm going to be sent alerts on long positions. I could specify that I only wanted to get alerts on stocks that were listed on the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ. I've set that to no. I've also got some other options, but I'm not going to get into those here because that's beyond the scope of this particular video. So there you have it. Mine for candidates, long positions, short positions, and flat base. Flat base can go either way. A flat base can either break out or break down, so I have that listed separately. Okay, so that's a quick overview of how you mine for candidates.